Hello and welcome. So today we're going to explore this really powerful ancient idea that explains so much about our own minds, specifically those automatic hidden reactions that can be so, well, frustrating. Let's see what this ancient wisdom has to say about our very modern lives.
Have you ever asked yourself this? I mean, really, why is it that even with the best intentions, we get stuck in the same old loops? That reaction we swear we'll never have again, or that habit we just can't seem to shake. Turns out, there's a reason, and it goes way deeper than you might think.
You know what I'm talking about. Someone says one little thing and boom, there's this sudden, totally out of proportion burst of anger. Where in the world does that come from?
Or how about this one? A sudden, overwhelming craving. You're not even really hungry, but this urge just appears out of thin air and it feels almost impossible to resist. It's like you're not even the one driving.
And then there's that sneaky wave of doubt. You know, you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, and then some random thought just pops into your head and completely knocks you off your game, filling you with insecurity.
Well, believe it or not, these very modern-day problems have an ancient diagnosis. In the Pali texts, some of the earliest Buddhist scriptures, there's a specific word for the root cause of all these patterns, and that word is Ānusaya.
Ānusaya. Let's get the pronunciation right. It's Ānusaya. And what it means is a latent tendency. Think of it like a hidden program or a default setting in your mind's operating system. It's not always running, but it's always there, just lying dormant, waiting for the right trigger to spring into action. And when I say deep, I mean really, really deep. According to the text, these aren't just bad habits we pick up along the way. Get this, they're described as being present even in a newborn baby who has no clue about the world yet. That just shows you these are fundamental, pre-conscious biases hardwired into the mind.
So what are these hidden default settings? Well, the texts don't just point out the problem, they give us a super detailed map. Let's break down the 7 main latent tendencies that they talk about over and over again.
That's right, there are 7 of them. And across all these different ancient texts, the number is always the same. 7 fundamental biases just waiting in the background, shaping pretty much our entire experience of reality.
First up, we've got the latent tendency for sensual desire. This is that automatic pull toward anything that feels good to our senses. It's that reflexive, ooh, I want that, the second we see, hear, or taste something we like. It's the quiet little engine that powers all our cravings.
And on the flip side, of course, is number 2, the latent tendency for aversion. This is that knee-jerk, get it away from me reaction to anything we find unpleasant. This is the root of all our irritation, our resistance, our anger, that automatic push against anything we don't like.
Number 3 is the tendency for fixed views. Oh man, this one is huge. It's our mind's habit of grabbing onto opinions and beliefs and treating them like they're the absolute truth. It's that deep need to be right that fuels so much pointless conflict, from internet arguments to family feuds. Fourth is the latent tendency for doubt. Now, this isn't healthy curiosity. This is that corrosive, paralyzing uncertainty that just makes you spin your wheels. It's that mental habit of getting totally stuck in what if, making it impossible to move forward.
Number 5 is the latent tendency for conceit. And this is basically the mind's automatic comparison machine. The moment we meet someone, this program starts running in the background measuring, am I better than them, worse than them, or equal? It's the hidden source of both our arrogance and our insecurity.
6 is the tendency for becoming. Now this one's a little more subtle, but it is so powerful. It's that deep, restless itch for existence to continue, to become something else, to get to a future state, to keep our story going. It's the engine behind the I'll be happy when trap that keeps us always chasing what's next. And finally, number 7, the big one, the foundation for all the others, the latent tendency for ignorance. This is the mind's default state of, well, not seeing things clearly. It's like a fog of misunderstanding that creates the perfect, dark, damp soil for the other 6 tendencies to grow.
Okay, so we've got these 7 hidden programs running in the background. But how do they actually create problems for us moment to moment? The texts give us a crystal clear breakdown of how it works.
It all kicks off with a simple feeling. When we feel something pleasant, boom, the latent tendency for desire gets activated. When we feel something unpleasant, boom, the tendency for aversion gets triggered. And what about when a feeling is just neutral, neither good nor bad? We tend to just zone out, and the underlying tendency for ignorance gets stronger. It's a completely automatic chain reaction.
And this leads to the brilliant metaphor of the two arrows. The first arrow is just the event itself, the painful feeling, the harsh word. That stuff happens, it's part of life. But the second arrow is our own reaction to it. It's the anger, the obsessive thinking, the feeling sorry for ourselves. That second arrow is launched by our latent tendencies, and that's the one that causes the real, lasting pain. And here's the key, it's the only one we can do something about.
All right, so this might all sound a little grim, but here's the thing. The whole reason for this diagnosis is to show us that there's a cure. The texts are really clear on this. As deep as these tendencies are, they absolutely can be uprooted.
And the key is captured in this one short, powerful phrase, avijjam pahaya vijjam upaditva. This is basically the core instruction for the whole practice. What does it mean? By abandoning ignorance and giving rise to true knowledge. So here's the crucial insight. We don't try to fight these tendencies head-on. We don't just grit our teeth and suppress the anger or the craving. The strategy's way smarter. We go after the root cause, ignorance, and we replace it with its opposite, clarity, wisdom, awareness. It's like turning on a light in a dark room.
So how do we actually do that? It's all about mindful awareness. So, step 1. A trigger happens. You feel that familiar pull of aversion. Now here's the game changer. Step 2. Pause, just for a split second. Notice the pull without just blindly reacting. Step 3, just watch the feeling. What does it actually feel like? And then step 4, see it with what the texts call right wisdom. Recognize it for what it is, just a temporary, impersonal storm passing through. And step 5, that's where the magic happens. Every single time you do this, every time you choose to see clearly instead of reacting blindly, you're weakening that tendency's root. You are literally replacing ignorance with wisdom in that very moment.
So this ancient map of the mind isn't just some dusty old theory. It's really an invitation, a call to become a curious scientist of your own experience. The question isn't if these tendencies are going to pop up today, because they will. The real question is, which one will you be ready to notice when it does?